Alright, welcome back to AR Woodworks. This week I think my project is going to be something rather simple. It's basically a ferrocerium rod fire starter. Real simple. You can hold it here, strike your knife right there, and it'll get you a nice spark. I don't know that I want to try sparking it in here because we got a lot of wood shavings everywhere, and wood and sparks usually end up in a fire, so we're not going to do that. But if you're looking for a real good project, this is a pretty good simple one. You just need a square block of wood. So I think for this we're going to use a little bit of walnut. It's got some decent figure there, so I think it'll make a really interesting handle. But this one I need for my son. So, but my son likes to do outdoorsy kind of camping stuff, so he's learned how to do it. He still struggles with it, so I think I'm doing okay as a dad. I don't have to worry about fires in my house yet. So that's something simple project. So first things we need to do, we need to find center there. So real simple tools we can get here. So we can just find the center, going across to cross there, score that, and then I think we'll score that, and that gets us just about right in the center, I think. So we'll do it to the other side too. You can also, if you don't want to do the 45, you can go from corner to corner. Totally works too. There you go, corner to corner. Flip this one over, and corner to corner right there. So that's a good thing. Got that done. Take your awl right here, find your center so we can get that kind of punched in there. And you get that right there. Nice little point. Flip it over, find about center, do the same thing. Alright. Another way to find out what size you got, you can get one of these. Sometimes you get them in the mail, sometimes you get them from Harbor Freight type places. Yeah. .5/16 seems a little tight, but you know what? We put a little epoxy in there, a little wobble might not be too bad. So we'll grab this right here. I'll get that chucked up. So yeah, I just want to show you can get these. I got these online from Amazon, and they throw a pretty good spark. I don't know if, the difference is I think there's some junky ones out there and some good ones, but these are they're about 3 and 1/4 inches long there. So you can kind of see, what I like to do is bury them about a 1/2 inch into whatever item it's going to go into, and epoxy it. And then that will, because you're not putting a lot of pressure on this, you're scraping as anything. So you want to get that scrape action. You just need something to hold it, and that's why I say, like, we're only down maybe a 1/2 inch or so, 3/4 of an inch. And it gives you plenty enough to scrape and do what you need to do. So let me get this chucked up in the old drill press, and we'll get going on that. Alright, so just real quick, I got this drill press used. I got it off of Craigslist. I'm a big fan of used and refurbishing things, and it was pretty much like new. Based on the serial number, this was built in the either 70s or 80s by a company I think called Emerson, even though it's made by Craftsman. And so it has like no wear. I was really shocked. Lady said her husband did a little woodworking and retired and basically passed away and used it a handful of times. So I was happy to get it for 40 bucks. A new one about the same size would probably cost me $150. So, don't be afraid to go out and buy good tools, good used tools. Like I said, this had just a little bit of surface rust on it, some WD-40 and a, what do you call it, a like 4/0 steel wool scrubbing pad, and we got it all cleaned up. Well, that looks like that worked. So yeah, looks like that should work. And we'll get this epoxied in there because it's the best way to hold it. All right, so simple measuring tool right there. Take the pencil, shove it in the hole. You need to find out how deep we are. From about there, come over here to your bar. You can measure and mark real simply, and that'll give us about, see, a little bit short, but it'll be all right. So we'll do that. Need some epoxy now. All right, so here we are. Sorry, my camera's upside down, so we'll use some JB Weld Clear Weld, just a 2-part epoxy, and I've had really good luck with it. Not had anything unbond, break, or anything like that. And then since it's for my son and he likes blue, we'll go with blue. We don't need a lot of epoxy. It just has to be able to hold it in there. Like even that is more than enough than what we're going to need in this project today. And these are just mica powders. I think Black Diamond. I got these on. I got these on Amazon. I think they're no longer on there, Black Diamond, but it's just mica powder. And I saw one guy one time. He needed mica powder. What he ended up doing, went to dollar store and got just makeup, because that's all it is. Get the cheap makeup and added it to his epoxy, and he was good to go. So, don't have to make everything hard. I think that's part of the problem with woodworking now, is we all overthink what we're trying to do to get things done. So, and then this little tray that I have here is nothing more than a Pringles lid. So if you go to Costco and you get yourself some Pringles, you can get about 36 of these lids. And I'll tell you what, they hold up really well. And then when the epoxy dries on them, typically if they're, one or single two times uses kind of thing, they release the glue really well, and it pretty much peels right off, almost, just like Elmer's glue on your skin and when you were a kid. So what I like to do is just get a little bit in that hole there, because it doesn't need much. You don't need a whole lot. So we'll do a little there, and then don't forget we mark this, so we can do that. And then all we gotta do is get this in there roughly to about where our mark is right there. We'll try to make sure we're about as straight as we can be. It doesn't look too terrible. So it's got a nice glue blob around it. And look at that. We are right on the money right there. So, alright. Well, it's been about 12 hours. As we can see, this is now nice and hard and in there. So I think we'll get this chucked up in the chuck and then see what we can do with it. Like I said, the objective here is to basically recreate making this, which shouldn't be too hard. And just to show you the Pringles can lid thing, you can just peel it right off when it dries, which is nice. So you can reuse these for several times if you want. So my goal is to hopefully try to put this in. We'll get this brought over here, and hopefully we'll get this into some tail support here. We just need to tighten this up a smidge. There we go. All right. And just using a what's this? Spindle gouge. So let's get this rounded out first, and we'll go from there. Alright, so let's lay this here, and we can pencil in what we need to be doing. So right about here to here, and then maybe we'll make that about there. Alright. Seems simple enough. I think I'm going to put a little lanyard hole right here. We'll do that with the drill press. But I think I'm going to put like 3 little lines, maybe. Maybe there, maybe there. I don't know. I like to do a little something different. Let's get this out of the chuck. I'd say that's pretty close, pretty good. like that. I think we'll put a put that on there and kind of round that out, and I think that'll look pretty good. And I'm just going with some semi-gloss polyurethane as a finish. All right, I think that looks pretty good. And so now both my boys will have one of these for fire starters for camping. Okay, so we got our projects done. Just nice little fire starters with the flint and steel. And I think it's a good project for just something simple to do. If you're just looking for a little something to do or a little gift for a little boy or boy, as you can see, like it throws a decent spark. And maybe this pocket knife's not the best steel, but they do work. They do work very well. I use one in my house all the time with a different pocket knife. It's actually an older case that has, I think, a higher grade steel than Victorinox makes now. So, but anyway, like I said, you could do this project for a couple of dollars, and you can sell for about $15 if you're trying to do that kind of thing too. I personally like these fire starters. They haven't broken. They're good. You know, they've lit the fires we need to in the house, and so I'm pretty happy with it.